So let me just play us in. So, this is the Meat Pod. The Meat Pod. This is the Meat Pod. We got all the meats you want.
I'm not using this.
Kielbasas and regular sausages.
I'm not using
We
this.
even have ham hocks. The Meat Pod.
Let's skip the pleasantries. We got breaking news. No introduction right now because this is important. There has been an update to the dump scale. Please fill me in.
This is the dump scale update brought to you by Eli. The new updated dump scale is as followed. Dumplets, obviously. Then dumpers. Dump pieces.
Now that's just, we stop there, right?
And the newly found dump truck.
I think the name is obvious. Why don't you explain what a dump truck is?
So a dump truck is what happens when a lady or male has just an ungodly large rear end. Divots and all.
Divots irregardless.
Yes. Hopefully there's lots of divots in there. Actually, I think the more divots, the more it's a dump truck.
Yeah, because it's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
When I think dump truck, I think like we've just broken the scale, and that's what a dump truck is. Yeah. It's just there's too much of everything.
There's no longer a shape. It's just a massive, like I don't know. So there's a massive piece of tuft.
I think everyone's seen some dump trucks out in the wild before.
Yeah, walking by. Just go, oh my god, that's a dump truck.
Should we talk about Zootopia first, since we just watched it 3 minutes ago?
We just watched Zootopia, so now we can finally finish the Disney Pixar bracket.
Actually, I asked you if you wanted to do the Meat Pod, and you were like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, we didn't watch Zootopia. And I was like, do we have to?
Yeah, we did not watch Zootopia until a few minutes ago.
I was half and half on like, let's just skip it.
Yes.
But we watched it.
And I need to know what your thoughts are on the ordeal that is Zootopia.
Well, what's great about the movie is that it's all about how everyone is racist. And I think they made the smart choice of not making one group the black group. It's just racism is everyone. Yeah. Everyone gets their own piece.
Exactly.
But my real takeaway from this movie is there's a part where they establish that Officer Judy Hopps,
who is a bunny, if you didn't know,
not racist at all, says bunnies can call each other cute, but you can't call a bunny cute. We all know what that means. And so they established that.
I didn't get that part. Can you explain that one to me?
So they established that, and then our secondary hero, the guy we all root for, basically said the N-word like 5 times. Is pretty much what happened in this movie.
Yeah, but to be fair, she did racially profile him the first time she saw him.
Yes, the first time she saw him,
she's like,
she was gonna fire on him with a weapon, and he was just walking down the street,
just doing nothing.
She was ready to draw her weapon.
Yeah,
and he was across the street. She crossed the street to go catch up to him.
Yeah, she followed him
just
around the block just to possibly shoot him. So it doesn't get any more real than that.
She was gonna unholster her weapon, and she had to survey the scene for a second to say, "Oh wait, I guess nothing's going wrong because I can put this back." My other big takeaway from this movie was the mayor who's a big old lion. I was like, what a fun guy. He's a lion, not a mushroom. But halfway into the movie, he like calls someone on the phone. So you don't see his face, and you just hear his voice, and I'm like, that's the guy from Spider-Man.
Good old JJJ.
And I could only think of the movie in terms of Spider-Man from then on.
I need more J. Jonah Jameson.
Did you see the Amazing Spider-Man movies?
I did. I did not like any of them. It's trash because He's like a hipster in the movie. And
Spider-Man's like a dork.
yeah, in the source material, which
is holy.
You have to follow the source material. No, but he's just like he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
He doesn't even need pictures of Spider-Man. Like, what a loser.
Yeah. He doesn't. He's got his he's like a rich guy.
He doesn't even steal that guy's pizza.
Oh, he stole that gaguy's pizza.
Spider-Man just stole that guy's pizza.
I need Spider-Man. I need pictures of Spider-Man. I want him hung up by his web.
I want him strung up by the web. It's not even pizza time.
He's a menace, a crook, a thief.
You make him sound like the Jewish pea from VeggieTales.
What are you talking about? What's mashed potatoes have to do with being a pirate?
In the chart-topping hit Pirates Who Don't Do Anything, there's the cast of characters, including the
Jewish pea.
I guess this is the Jewish pea.
I forget what his name is, but
I don't remember.
He is severely Jewish, which there's nothing wrong with, but that's just what he is. You just can't get around it. Just like, Larry's a cucumber.
Right.
Mr.
Larry's a cucumber and Jewish P, the Jewish guy.
Mr. Lunt is
Mr. Lunt, he's from New Jersey.
He's from New Jersey, but he's severely like Hispanic. He's got a strong Spanish accent. But he's from New Jersey.
The cheeseburger song from Mr. Lunt is fantastic.
He said to her, I like a cheeseburger. And I might like a milkshake as well. And that's all you get.
She said to him, I can't give you either. And he said, isn't this Burger Bell? Do you have more to say about Zootopia? All I had to say about Zootopia was the N-word and Spider-Man.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, we watched Zootopia. We've also watched Ratatouille.
I'm good to record today.
We've also watched Ratatouille, so we need to figure out who wins.
That's the whole reason we watched it. I forgot.
We need to figure out who wins the bracket.
Let me throw in my piece. I haven't seen Ratatouille in like 5 years, so Zootopia wins.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The long-awaited bracket results. Zootopia is your winner.
After much consideration.
I was name dropped in Zootopia as well.
Yes, you were.
A couple of times. The Godfather rat. He's like, you come here on the day of my daughter's wedding. Well, this is what you get for doing that. Ice 'em.
And then you came out.
And then I came out and
you were like, ice 'em, baby.
I did the deal.
And then just the meat pod started playing.
Yep.
And they were like, yes, keep playing that.
So, in Florida, we brought Vinny.
Please.
And Vinny is a madman, as you all know.
He was the featured character from the last episode.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I've ever met anybody like Vinny. First off, when we first left, he's wearing a mid-2000s velvet jumpsuit.
It was white jumpsuit with pants, like sweatpants and a jacket.
Yeah,
like he looked like Master P.
He did,
and he had like big headphones too.
Yeah, he did, and
it was great.
And this is at like 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, Vinny, why are you wearing that? He goes, my mom told me to put it on. She said it looks nice. So that's what he wore down to Florida. And when we got there, it was like 85 degrees.
He looked like a marshmallow.
Then we get to the beach. And this man says, loves the beach. He loves the beach. But he hates sand.
He did say that.
You can understand how that's a little contradicting.
Yeah, I love the beach. I love the beach. I hate the sand, though. I hate sand.
I think he said he was afraid of it.
He did say he was afraid of sand.
So,
I got bad news. Yeah, I mean, we're going to the beach.
That's really bittersweet when you think about it.
That's hard.
And then he got hungry.
Oh. I was there for that part.
And then he got hungry.
He wanted I went with him to get some food. We walked around one block 3 times as he's trying to find a place to get food. He's like, "Do you think there's food here?" There wasn't the last time, but we go into this little store land,
Storeland.
Also known as a restaurant.
I like Storeland better.
And
Restaurants are now officially called Storelands.
he orders. He wants something. He wants to minimize the carbs because he is health conscious.
Mm-hmm.
He wants a burger. He's looking at the menu and he says, "Excuse me, what's the difference between a hamburger and a cheeseburger?" And this man just gives him a look. He gives me a look, and he just looks back at him, and he's like, "Well, it's the cheese."
Oh man,
I'll get a cheeseburger with no cheese.
so a hamburger.
And I asked him about it later, and he says, "I didn't know what a hamburger was. I didn't know if it had ham or if it was beef. I didn't want ham."
Dear God. You know how people say like, oh, that guy, they're just in their own little world. Well, I think Vinny just owns his own universe.
We are all in Vinny's world.
Vinny is just he's a mastermind. I know he's not as, gullible and naive as he seems.
No.
But he's like I don't even know.
He's like Professor X, but he can walk. That's how strong he is.
That's exactly who Vinny is.
Speaking of Vinny reminds me of something, and that is OG Mike. We are still taking questions for OG Mike. We actually got our first question for OG Mike submitted.
Yes, we did.
It was by
none other.
Who is now a star, perhaps even a co-host of the Meat Pod, Justin Pusser.
Justin Pusser
Submitted his question.
He did.
And I'm going to tell you, Eli, right now, this is breaking Meat Pod.
Yes.
This is breaking Meat Pod. I'm going to take his question. I got it right here on my phone.
Please.
I'm just going to throw it in the trash because it kind of sucks.
What do you mean?
It's a lame question. Like, no one knows what she's talking about except for me.
Now, what's the question?
I'm not even going to tell. I'll tell you after I turn the microphone off. But
I want to know.
Justin,
just tell me and cut it.
What if I forget?
I won't. Don't forget to cut this.
Okay. He asked why.
Yeah.
No one knows who is or that he. That's a bad question. Justin, submit a better question. Other people submit questions too, but most importantly, Justin Pusser submit a better question.
But did we get an answer?
Nope.
I feel like OG Mike answered you.
He did, and I'm not using it.
We can't deny the people what they want.
All right, I'll play it right now, and then okay, and I cut it out. You have another topic? I got two more.
I do not.
Okay, that's fine. It's really hot on this floor.
It's very hot. It's very hot. Let's talk about that for a second.
Let's talk about the Meat Pod headquarters.
Let's talk about Meat Pod HQ for a second. What is starred?
On the globe you made, there's a little star that says Meat Pod HQ, and I think it's in the U.S. continent. I'm going to describe where we are right now to the listeners. So the last episode was a massive success.
Yep.
If you can hear, I don't know if the microphone is picking it up, but if you can hear it, I don't know if you can hear it. People are chanting Meat Pod, Meat Pod, Meat Pod out on the streets below. They're like riots, but they're good. They're like charity riots.
Meat Pod, Meat Pod, Meat Pod.
Yeah, that's me holding the mic close to the window.
Meat Pod.
You hear it?
Meat Pod.
All right, I'm taking it back now. It's so loud. Even when I'm taking it back, it's increasing linearly as I take the microphone back. Okay, I'm gonna cover it now. So we're sitting in $300 chairs. Excuse, $3,000 chairs. Who are we, peasants? What some lame podcast would do would be just laying stomach down on the floor, waving our feet back and forth like we're doing story time, and we're holding pop filters made out of crochet circles and pantyhose that I made myself for a total of like $3.
Yep.
That's where we are. But the Meat Pod chants, those were real. Those
were very genuine.
Yeah. We talked about the Disney movies. How do you feel about some Disney Channel original movies, aka DComs, as they called them? Are you familiar with some DComs?
I'm always down for a decom.
Watching Disney Channel as a kid, they'd play these made by Disney movies, made for TV movies.
Yes.
And they were real fun. Do you have any favorites that are coming to mind?
Two that come straight to my noggin. Twitches. Twitches too.
Twitches too.
Also, one more comes to mind. The Luck of the Irish.
I wanted to bring up the Luck of the Irish because the Luck of the Irish was... Why don't you describe the Luck of the Irish to me?
Luck of the Irish, I'll explain it to you as best as I can. Young boy, talented at everything, real lucky.
He's very lucky.
Loses his lucky charm, no pun intended. Becomes very unlucky. Begins to shrink and turn into a leprechaun. Then he has to play a bunch of old folk games to win back his lucky charm. And the last folk game they play is none other than basketball.
Right. To not gloss over here, the kid is transforming into a leprechaun.
Yes.
As the day passes.
So he becomes shorter. He grows orange hair. He grows ears that are pointy. Yeah.
I remember this part in the movie where he's starting to turn into a leprechaun, and his mom breaks it to him, and I think his mom had just turned full leprechaun.
Yeah, she didn't she skipped all stages and just went full leprechaun.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm a leprechaun, and you are too." And but what about Dad? You look fine. He's like, "I'm from Boston."
I remember that part.
I don't know why that's funny.
That is a great
He's from
part.
Boston.
Well, I'm actually from Boston.
I'm not Irish. I'm from Boston.
Give me your best Irish accent.
Charlotte, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna break your arm.
That's pretty good. I thought you were gonna go for a Shrek quote.
Yeah, here we go.
Is that that's not Irish? Is Shrek Irish or Scottish?
I don't know what Shrek is.
Is he Irish or Scottish?
I don't know who Shrek is.
Harry?
Harry? Where's Hagrid from?
I don't know. It's the age-old question. Are you Irish or Scottish? One of them, Drew McIntyre's from Scotland. Finn Balor's from not England, Ireland.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
Finn Balor's Irish.
Becky.
Becky.
Get out of my swamp.
You're in me ring. Get out before I give you a coup de grace.
So speaking of transformation in the what was the name of that movie? Luck of the Irish.
The Luck of the Irish.
Which is probably just a weird puberty metaphor, but anyway. Another transformation decom. Are you familiar with The 13th Year?
Explain it.
Now, not all decoms were big hits.
No.
The 13th
No,
Year
they're
was a nice young boy, and he learns that he's a swimmer.
Okay.
He swims for the middle school swim team.
Swim
I think.
squad. Good old swim squad.
And he learns that he is a mermaid. And on the 13th year of every mermaid's life, they grow their tail and become a mermaid. This 13-year-old boy transforms into a mermaid.
Wouldn't he be a merman?
And isn't it crazy? The big swim meet's coming up. And oh no, how am I going to participate when my body's going crazy? But I'll do this one last race with my mermaid. They got to hide it. They got to hide my tail, but I can do real good now. I'm going to cheat.
I know exactly what you're talking about now. I know this movie. I do know this movie. And it's awful.
Yes.
It's really bad. It's no Twitches 2, let me just say that.
No.
What's that other Halloween movie?
I think it's called Halloween. There's Halloween 1 through 3. No, it's Halloween Town.
It's not Halloween.
You're right, that's a different movie.
That's a totally different movie.
That's not a decom.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think so.
Halloween. Or is it Halloween 2?
Halloween Town.
It's Halloween Town.
It's definitely Halloween Town and not Halloween.
Yeah. Any other decoms?
Cadet Kelly.
That was my next one.
That's a good one.
In the beginning of Cadet Kelly, they want to do an opening shot that really establishes who Kelly is. So Kelly becomes a cadet. She ends up fighting in World War II, but to get there,
not quite.
Right. It was the Great War, World War I.
I think
she
it
in the
was.
trenches.
I honestly think it was Desert Storm.
You might be right. You're right. It was Desert Storm. So the way they want to establish this is let's show her doing something girly in the opening shot. to juxtapose later when she, has to, fight Nazi incursion.
Put on the big boy pants.
So the opening scene is Kelly and her friends are ribbon dancing.
Yes.
And it's a bunch of girls, because, ribbon dancing.
Of course.
But back in those days, this is no Zootopia era. The way they solved racism, the way Disney solved racism was, and everyone.
Just put one black guy in.
just throw a black guy in somewhere, and that's what diversity is.
Yep. And
they probably shot the whole movie, and they only had that one scene left, and like, oh crap, we forgot our black guy.
Dang it.
So in the beginning of Cadet Kelly, there's just one black boy just ribbon dancing his life out at the beginning of the movie. And I love that child. Like, he's amazing. He's just ribbon dancing alongside all these girls, and it's great.
It's a true pioneer. Other classic Disney Channel movies. Camp Rock. You know that one?
I only thing I remember about Camp Rock is that it sucks. I don't remember anything else about it.
And that's exactly what I was going to get at. There's also the trifecta of the High School Musicals as well.
That's a whole different story. That ascended DCOM status.
Yeah. Then there's that one, it's pretty much a High School Musical spinoff. It's with Corbin Bloom. He's like a break dancer. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that... No, I think the jump rope one.
That's what it is.
Which, I don't know this, but I'm going to guess is called Jump In.
I think that's exactly what it's called.
It is called Jump In. It's where he's a jump rope man.
I get told every once in a while I look like Corbin Bloom.
Let me tell you why you look like Corbin Bloom. It's because your hair is like 40% similar. And your skin is 100% similar. And that's all it takes.
You might be onto something. I think that was a boxing movie, too. I think he was an amateur boxer.
No, yeah, he was a boxer. And then it's like, Dad, I don't want to be a boxer.
I want to
skip rope.
That's exactly what happened, dude.
That's the movie.
That's so silly.
And his dad is like, but son, please, just box.
There's no, like...
You qualified for the Golden Gloves. Can you please just box?
No financial future in skipping rope and double touch. That's funny.
Another DCOM that I just remembered because it's exactly the same as Jump In.
Please.
There was one where a kid was playing baseball, but he wanted to be a chef. Exactly the same premise.
Like, I feel like a lot of those Disney Channel movies had the same exact plot line.
So like he played the big game. This is every movie is play the big game. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Make my dad happy. Got it done. Let's hurry quick. Dad, give me a ride. It's like, I'll do it because I support you now, son. I saw the error of my ways. Let's go to the baking contest.
Yep.
And it's, my souffle. And I think he baked a souffle.
That's a good one. You remember that? You remember the name?
No.
What's another?
It was called Bacon.
Home Run.
Home Run Pie. I remember one of the jokes in the movie was like, he was with his sports friends.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you hit the ball here, he'll never be able to catch it. It's a good strategy. Use this play. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like when you bake a souffle and you don't let it rise for 3 hours. Am I right, guys? And it was like, wah, wah. We don't get it, loser. Can you think of any other DCOMs? Because I know there's so many good ones. I don't even know if this is a DCOM, but Angels in the Outfield.
It's not a Disney. I don't even think it's a Disney movie.
Let's talk about Angels in the Outfield for a quick second.
One quick second.
It has a great moral to it. In the beginning of the Angels in the Outfield, the setup for the movie is this kid who's been abandoned by his dad, who wears a leather jacket and drives a motorcycle. That's real.
So you know he's cool.
He's cool, but too cool for his son, his stupid son.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
He visits his son for some reason, and he's like, what's up, bro, or something. Yeah. He's like, I love you, Dad. When can we be a family again? He's like, yeah, maybe when the Angels win the Super Bowl. Maybe when the Angels win the World Series, because sports. And he's like, oh. And then he prays against a shooting star. I want the Angels to win a World Series. We all know the movie, blah, blah, blah. Angels play baseball, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Angels are playing baseball.
Yep.
Ball catches on fire, things like that.
Fast
cheating.
forward.
The Angels are cheating.
Fast forward.
God is intervening in the World Series.
Fast forward.
So the Angels win the Super Bowl. And he's like, Dad, we could be a family again. And No, not even divine intervention can save this family. They do not become a family again.
Nope.
And then the movie ends.
All right.
All right. Okay. So, all the fans are going insane for the Meat Pod. Oh, God. Here they're doing it again. So, everyone loved the Disney bracket. And by everyone, I mean the two of us kind of liked it. So, we got an idea to do a new bracket.
The last bracket of its kind.
I think it was your idea, right?
It was my idea.
Why don't you go ahead and set it up?
So, since the Disney bracket went off without a hitch, I decided that, you know what? Let's do another bracket that, me and Sean will like.
I just said all those things, but you could just say it again.
Let me talk.
Okay.
Let me talk. So now that I've stated that, the bracket is a video game bracket. Why is it a video game bracket? Because I like video games. Sean likes video games. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our top 16 video games. We're going to pit them up against each other.
Before we proceed,
Yeah.
I just want to say something to you. I don't know if I ever told you.
Yeah.
But when I was first getting the idea for the Meat Pod, when it was just a
lonely organism.
Yeah. When Meat Pod HQ hadn't been established yet.
It's thriving, by the way.
I was thinking, like, what do I want the Meat Pod to be about? Like, I want it to just be two friends talking. And I was like, I want it to be just like this. But I was thinking, two things I never want to talk about on the Meat Pod is wrestling and video games.
Yeah. Here we are. You agreed.
But I did agree, because, like, who cares? No, I don't care anymore. Who cares about other people's opinions? Our opinions are the golden truth. Now, how do you plan to seed these for our bracket here? What's the plan?
That is still to be decided.
Okay. So before we produce our lists, we each got 16, correct? Is that correct? I have 16.
I have 16 as well, and I also have a couple honorable mentions.
Okay. Now, what I was thinking when I picked mine, and I don't know if we were on the same page, but
We probably weren't.
I picked 16 games that I knew and liked, and that were some of my favorites.
Yeah.
But I didn't just pick my top 16. I kind of picked from a variety of genres and time periods to create an interesting list. I did not pick anything that I knew you never played, so I just for the sake of it. What did you do?
My list consists of 16 games that throughout my time as a person who does nothing with their life.
As a gamer, get that gamer fuel.
I don't like that, actually.
It's terrible.
I don't, I would not classify myself as...
Welcome to the Gamer Cast,
Oh, God.
where we talk about video games and wrestling exclusively.
That's gross. That's gross.
Man, I was gaming the other day. Let's move on.
Please. Making me depressed. Anywho, I took 16 video games that I just liked, that I spent the most time with, and I have fond memories of. So that's my 16.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah. I did not take into account anybody else's feelings into my list. So if you like a certain game,
Screw other people.
I don't
ignore them. Yeah.
I don't give a flying hoot.
Yeah.
Not one hoot is given.
Yeah. You see, last episode I said paper sounds. That's real paper you're hearing.
Real life paper. Okay. You don't get that nowadays.
Why don't you throw me your first one? Give it an introduction. Tell me what it is and tell me why you picked it.
Let me pull up my notes here.
Let me just pull up the notes. Look at this. It's like a real podcast. We prepared things. I asked you today, like a few hours ago, hey, do you want to record the Meat Pod? And you're like, what are we going to talk about? And I was like, I don't know. I'll just think of some things.
And I was like, all right. And here we are.
And then I made some mac and cheese. All right, you want to throw me one?
Yeah, so this is not in, like, particular order.
Of course.
It's not the first game I say is not, well, it actually is my favorite game of all time.
Okay.
But, it wasn't planned that way. So the first game I have on my list is Kingdom Hearts 2.
Sucks.
My favorite game of all time.
Okay. It's your favorite game, so I haven't played it, but I can't just deny it.
Yeah.
So. And since you did your favorite game of all time, let me do my best game ever made.
Please.
Stood the test of time for all eternity. It's Fortnite. Fortnite wins the whole bracket. That was a joke. Soul Calibur 2.
Fantastic game.
You think you put it on the list?
I would enjoy Soul Calibur 2 if it was on the list. I really would.
Right.
Real fun game. Fun game to have with friends too. I used to play it with my sisters. That was my first experience with Soul Calibur 2.
Did you beat them nonstop?
I would beat the snot out of them. And they would always want to play as Keelik.
Screw them.
But they would play with Keelik in like his like yellow vest form. They'd be like, "Ooh, I want to play with hot Keelik."
Oh, that's where his abs are showing.
Yeah, and I'm like, why don't I have a brother?
Yeah. Who doesn't want to play a shirtless Nightmare though?
Yeah.
Or Astroth.
Oh, worms.
Worms. Give me a game.
Next, I wrote down Jack 2.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on the list. I played that game. Let me give you one,
please. So I see you're scrolling.
I am scrolling.
I'm just going down my list in order.
Well, I'm trying to create interesting audio content, so I'm trying to give a related example here.
I feel like if you just went down from 1 to 16, it'd be a whole lot easier.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to create some interesting conversation.
Yeah, like this dead air.
Like, let me see. It's called editing. I'm just trying to see if I got something from the same era or something. I don't know. All right, I got a PlayStation 2 game.
Okay.
PlayStation 2 game. A related example to what you just said. Sports game.
All right.
You got any sports games on your list?
I think I have a couple, yeah.
All right, let me throw out my first sports game. That's NBA Street 2. Have you ever played that one?
I've played that one, yes.
It's my favorite NBA Street 2 game.
It's a very good game. I like it a lot.
It's on the list. The only thing missing from 2 that 1 doesn't have is the guy who goes, "You need turbo, baby." They got everything else.
Perfect. Coincidentally, my next game on my list is a sports game, and that would be Madden 08.
All right.
Now, you've never played Madden 08.
Never played Madden 1 through 18. Okay.
You don't have to.
I don't know anything about Madden.
It's not all of our games can be on the list.
Okay, I'm putting it to the side.
Yeah.
Madden, who cares which one?
Madden 2008 with Vince Young on the cover.
Tell me why that one is the best one.
It's just, it's just the best one. That was like, it did a bunch of different stuff previous to Madden 07. And like after Madden 08, things kind of like kept the same for a long time.
That makes sense. Let me give you a game. Bloodborne.
Love Bloodborne. I'm actually a pro Bloodborne player. All right, the next game on my list is Batman Arkham City.
Okay.
Have you ever played?
I played Arkham, the first one, which is close enough.
Arkham City is not the first one.
I'm putting it on the list.
So Arkham City did everything better from the first one.
Okay.
Bigger, badder.
Batter like Batman, or it's batter.
I was thinking of like cake batter.
Okay. My favorite part of Batman is when he takes that guy's pizza and he's like, "Batman just took the guy's pizza.
He's a thief, a menace. I need pictures of Batman. Spider-Man's old news.
Man with bat ears terrorizes the city.
Front page."
All right. A classic PC gaming back when I'd play in my grandmother's house. That's Age of Empires 2.
Let me just go ahead and let you know that I have never played this game.
I'm crossing that off as we speak. Give me one.
The Last of Us.
I've played that one. It's on the list.
Yeah.
Let's do great series. I picked one from this series.
Please.
And they say Vice City's better, but I had to pick Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
I'm really glad that you picked that one, because people do say Vice City is better,
Maybe
but
I don't care.
I severely disagree with them. I think San Andreas is a lot better.
I love it.
My next game, it's Uncharted 3.
Okay. I'm going to tell you, on my honorable mentions list, I got Uncharted 2. I'll write down Uncharted 3.
2 is really good.
What's great about these games, and for me, the difference between 2 and 3 is not that great. What's great about the games is every part is the fun part.
Yes.
Which is something that not a lot of games do.
Yeah, 3's fun. Let's move on.
Let's do another game. Let's see if I got anything related on my list here. I'm going to go Classics Hour. Super Mario World.
I have that on my list.
You do?
I do.
It's on the list.
I really love that game.
It's on the list.
I really love that game.
It's great.
My next game, I don't think you've ever played this one. It's Gears of War 3.
I haven't played it just because it's on the Xbox, right?
Yeah, it's Xbox exclusive.
If you're all right, let me put that one on the side for now because
Yeah, put it on the side.
I don't know anything.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
You don't. Yeah, you don't have to put it on the list, but it's on my list. Right. Gears of War 3.
Since you gave me something I never heard of, let me give you something that you never played. That's Half-Life 1. You never played it?
I've played that game.
Oh, really?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right, it's not on the list. I love it. It's better.
I do appreciate it. I've seen stuff on it.
Half-Life 1 is great. Better than Half-Life 2. I just wanted to say that on the microphone. Give me one.
All right. My next game. Let's speed through these a little bit.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers Melee.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I got Mario 64.
Okay. Here's my next game. I kind of have mixed feelings about this game because I don't think it's as good as everybody says it is.
Please.
But I played like 100+ hours of it, so that's why I put it on my list. And that's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Okay. You know what? I'll write it. If we don't put a Zelda game on here, like
that's kind of
idiot people are gonna get mad.
Yeah.
So. Zelda. I'm just writing the Zelda franchise as a whole on the list.
No, we can't do that. We have to
franchise.
Well, we don't have to put Breath of the Wild on there.
I got one Zelda game in my honorable mentions, and that's Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. That's the one that I like.
That's a solid one.
You like that one?
That is a solid one. Also, I'll say this: I like Majora's Mask better than I like Ocarina of Time.
Let's put that one. I think that's the best one.
Okay, cool.
Best 3D one.
I'm okay with that.
Majora Mask.
I'm really okay with that.
Yeah, that one's good.
Okay. Next.
I have one from another franchise pick here. I decided to go with Tony Hawk's Underground 1.
Interesting.
How do you feel about that?
I like that pick. Let me hit you with one. Assassin's Creed 2. Have you played?
I have played that. It's pretty good.
I think that's still the best Assassin's Creed game.
It absolutely is. I played Assassin's Creed 1. I was like, what happened to this game? It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's a dumpster fire. Like, I can't believe this got released. And Assassin's Creed 2, my expectations were basement low. I was like, oh, this is okay.
Assassin's Creed is literally the same mission again and again and again for like 8 hours. It's so crazy.
I feel like such a pleb putting Assassin's Creed on my best video games list, but you know what?
No, 2 is really good. I don't care what people say.
I'm okay with that.
That's before it got like buggy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's before it started coming out like every single year.
You're right.
Give me a game.
Let me give you a game. Pokemon Yellow or Red or Blue.
It's garbage. I was never a Pokemon guy.
I never played it, so it's garbage. Yeah. That's how the world.
I didn't like the cartoon.
Yeah.
Naturally, I didn't like the games.
We won't put it on the list then.
Yeah. So here's my next game. A game I don't think you've ever played.
Perfect.
But it's a point and click game. Mm-hmm. It's Grim Fandango.
And no.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll put it on the list, and for my side of it, I'll just say every point and click game I've ever played. Because I've played some good Flash games. If we're going to say classic, this is my sleeper pick.
Okay.
Tetris. Your favorite version of Tetris. Is Tetris on the list?
You can put Tetris on there.
What's your next pick?
My next pick is a game you've never played, but you always talk about playing, but you just don't have the time to invest. And that's The Witcher 3.
I have it. I bought it. I played it for like 30 minutes. Like, this is not the time. This game, for a long time, was probably my number one favorite game. And that is Metal Gear Solid 1. Now,
Bold pick.
Is that on the list?
Is it better than Snake Eater?
It might not be. Are you familiar with that one? Because I'd be fine with.
I am. That one on the list. Am familiar with that one.
Let's put that one. Let's put that one as the representative on the list.
The next game I have on my list is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
It's on the list. I'm not writing that whole thing down.
I put Dragon Ball Z BT 3.
Good idea.
Or you can just put DBZ BT.
I just put BBZ TT 3.
Yep, Timmy Tonka's
3.
Really good fun game.
I'm gonna throw it a sleeper pick, another sleeper pick.
Sleeper.
Donkey Kong's Book Club. Story game. I wanted to get some story game representation. DK64 is what I'm writing down.
DK.
The game we're talking about is the Doki Doki Literature Club. What is your next pick?
Doki Doki Literature Club is really good.
That's what I was talking about.
I thought you were talking about something else.
Okay. Well, are you okay with that being on the list?
No. I'm just kidding.
All right, well, it's already written in pencil, so I can't.
Doki Doki Literature Club is
also known as DK64.
That's a very special game, actually.
It is great.
It's super different.
All right, your next pick.
My next pick, I thought SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain.
Okay, I had SmackDown versus Raw.
Which one? The original?
Not because it's the best. It's the one I played the most.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Here Comes the Pain. I'm not super familiar with that game in particular, but I had played games like in that series. They're pretty similar. All right, I got one NES representative. I feel like you haven't played this game. Castlevania 1.
Oh, I have a Castlevania game on my list.
What is it?
It's Symphony of the Night.
I'll accept it.
Okay.
I'm going to allow it.
Have you played Symphony of the Night?
Big fan.
The next game I have as my honorable mention, but we'll see if we can get on the list here, is Mortal Kombat XL. Which is Mortal Kombat X, but with all like the DLC.
I don't know if I played that.
I
can put it on there just as a Mortal Kombat representative.
you have played that because that's the game you mashed the fatality on.
Did we mention this on the Meat Pod yet?
I'm not sure if we did, but since we're here, let's go ahead and do it right now.
So it was like me versus Chip, I think.
Yeah. So this is like maybe like 3 months in to where like we've known each other.
Yeah, and we're just all playing a Mortal Kombat, a fighting game which I've never played. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I think Chip was saying things like he's played it before.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it was just for the sake of the story. And I picked, I think it was Sub-Zero, because Sub-Zero was my main.
It was definitely Sub-Zero.
I mained Sub-Zero.
It was Sub-Zero, and I forgot who I had, but it was you versus me.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it was versus Chip just for the fun, but...
Oh, no. Okay. It was you versus me.
Okay.
And I forgot who I was.
But I win the round, it's like, finish it. I was like... Yeah, take this, loser. And I just mashed the buttons on the controller in a comically random pattern, and I actually got the fatality.
It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Like, that's right, I knew it the whole time.
He just goes, all you hear is, all right, check this out. And dun-dun-dun. I was like, oh my God. I do have another one. I got
a few.
It's a kart racer.
Oh.
And my favorite kart racer is Mario Kart Double Dash.
Okay.
Now, did you have a kart racer on the list?
I had Crash Team Racing as my kart racer.
Okay.
Have you played it?
I have played Crash. You could put Crash. Put Crash on there.
All right.
Because we can
Crash Kart.
We can agree to Crash.
Okay. Binding of Isaac. I know you played it because you played it with me, but you haven't played it as much as me.
I do like it though. It's a fun game.
We're running out of options. It's on the list.
I do like it. It is a fun game.
It's on the list.
My next game that I had on my list is Super Meat Boy. Have you ever played?
Yeah. It's on the list. It's on the list. Punch Out. You played Punch Out?
I love Punch Out.
It's on the list. That was off the top of my head. You got one.
I do have one. It's a beat 'em up.
Okay.
My personal favorite beat 'em up is Turtles in Time.
It's on the list. Never played it, but what's a game that I like?
You played Red Dead Redemption?
Yes, it's on the list.
Do you like that game?
Sure.
No, for real. Do you like it?
Yeah, I do like it. What's a game where like you sound smart by liking it? That's what I want on the list next.
Fight Night Round 3.
It's on the list. That's not what I was looking for, but it's on the list.
It's a great game. It's so fun. See, I know you like my swagger. No strap when I come through. Chain hanging like Alibaba. You know me, you know how I... So we only need one more game.
What is it? Kung Fu Panda.
No.
Legendary Warriors.
So this is the game I'm going to present. It doesn't have to be the game. We can always come up, we can think of a different one. But the game I'm going to suggest is Mega Man 2.
Okay.
I said it didn't have to be the game.
It's on the list. All right, now we have to discuss what are we gonna do in the next episode. How are we doing this competition?
Off air.
Yep.
We're going to seed these because it'll take way too long to do it on here.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna seed them, set the bracket, and then we'll come back in the next episode, and then we'll go through...
we'll do a showdown. Yeah,
we'll go through one side of the bracket, and then we'll go through the other side of the bracket. Basically, it's probably going to be judged on how much fun we had with them, what's our experience.
How many dump pieces.
Probably
the only thing that's going to happen.
How many dump trucks are in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically what our next step is. I don't know if you had anything you wanted to add to that.
No. All right, I got one more thing to add about Zootopia. I just remembered. Someone that we knew said, you can't tell me that you watched Zootopia and you didn't want to F a bunny after it. So tell me, did you want to F a bunny after you saw Zootopia?
I would
Find out next time.
As you can see, this is a PlayStation Black Disc. Cut number 1 contains computer data, so please don't play it. But you probably won't listen to me anyway, will you?